right, hello wine drinking people. It's Wednesday, March 24th, and we had a good day in the store yesterday, not too busy, but we kind of ran along with yesterday's show. We found out that we can only put up 10 minutes up on YouTube. Just to think that I could talk for more than 10 minutes about what I drank yesterday, it's kind of amazing. But like I said, we didn't have a huge day in the store yesterday. We had a good day, though. We had Dina stop by from Republic National with one of the legendary producers of Monterey, Talbot Vineyards. We had Bob Seeger, the National Director of Sales for Talbot, in, and he tasted us on all the new releases. And one of the things that I was surprised about was Talbot produces almost as much Pinot Noir as they do Chardonnay. I've always associated this producer as a great Chardonnay producer. I've had an opportunity to drink many older vintages of Talbot with Uncle Ray here at Brown Bag. We had the 1989 several times, and that wine's still kind of hanging on there by a thread. The Santa Lucia Highlands and Monterey area produces outstanding Chardonnay because of the cold climate. They have about 550 acres throughout the Santa Lucia Highlands and in the Monterey appellation. And this estate is kind of split into two different sections, as the Sleepy Hollow Vineyard is located in Santa Lucia Highlands, and then in Monterey you have the Diamond Tea Estate. And the winemaker of 20 years just left Talbot as of 2 years ago, well, as of the '07 vintage. And the new winemaker, Dan Carlson, has been working with fruit from this area as he worked with Chalone in the past. So very familiar. I don't think you're going to have much change. But in the '07 vintage, you might be a little confused because the Sleepy Hollow is not going to be labeled Santa Lucia Highlands. It's going to be Monterey. And all the wines will be Monterey. The former winemaker neglected to tag where some of the fruit came from. So they actually do inspect this stuff, believe it or not. You know, Talbot is a case study here of what can happen to you if you don't pay close attention and tag where your grapes come from, because all the fruit in '07's got to be labeled Monterey. Okay, so the 2008 Caley Hart Chardonnay, this wine's got 10% stainless steel, so a very fresh style, but still you get some of that nice white peach, a little bit of oak spice, a little bit of vanilla, but good acidity, and really nice wine and a great little value of $14.50. This is the Caley Hart Chardonnay from '08, the first vintage Dan had complete control over. 2007 Logan Chardonnay was next. All the wines are named after one of the kids or a family member in the Talbot lineup. Logan, I believe, the son. And this wine's got a little bit more of that peaches and cream that you get from Monterey County Chardonnay, but again, still with very good acidity and very good freshness at the end, and just a hint of butterscotch to this wine, something that Talbot Chardonnays are known for to me. Then we had the 2006 Sleepy Hollow Chardonnay. This has been one of my favorite Chardonnays from this area for years. This wine had that lovely, ripe, seductive peach and almost a little apricot kind of side to the fruit, and then a little bit more of that butterscotch, but still with outstanding acidity, holding everything together. So big and rich wine, but still balanced, and these wines, as I said before, age very well, as I know from prior experience. Then we went on to the Pinots. Like I said, I'm not quite as familiar with the Pinot Noir from Talbot. We have had a few things in the store over the years, but the Caley Hart Pinot, very nice, and that nice, lovely black raspberry fruit, some nice floral notes, just a little bit of earth to it, kind of on the light side, but kind of light on the price as well, under $20 a bottle. And then we had the Logan Pinot 2008. Again, this is the first vintage Dan had complete control over it. You can see this gentleman knows what he's doing. The 2008s were very impressive that I had in this lineup. More of that black raspberry fruit, a little bit of kind of a black tea, a really exotic spice to it. Silky smooth tannins, really nice, and again with great fresh acidity. And then we had the 2006 Sleepy Hollow Pinot. This wine definitely a little bigger, a little bit more black cherry, black raspberry fruit, some nice spice to it, a little bit of light smoke and bacon fat notes as well. But very nice, just a shade up, I think, in quality from the '08 Logan, though. Maybe not worth the upcharge at close to $40 a bottle. Last night was a slow night. We had a big weekend. As I said, usually we try to tone things down a little bit here Monday and Tuesday night just to keep the old liver working properly. But we did have wine with dinner. We always have wine with dinner. And Tony made this lovely Greek dish called kofta last night, which is kind of ground up lamb and meat with a little cumin, coriander, raw garlic, parsley, and cilantro, and they're made into these little meatball things and served with this warm yogurt dipping sauce. Really nice, but a little bit overwhelming for the 2007 Davis Bynum Pinot Noir. This wine had some really nice red cherry pie-like fruit to it, a little bit of spice, just a little bit of mocha on the finish, but again, the raw garlic kind of overwhelmed it a little bit. However, the Merlot from Trinchero, the Chicken Ranch 2007, was very nice with this dish. Had a little more earthy flavors, a little bit more herbaceousness to it, a little bit of milk chocolate, nice toasty oak spice on the finish. Really nice with the lamb meatballs last night. And hey, I'm hungry. I wasn't finished yet. Opened up a bottle of the 2006 Rusden Cabernet Sauvignon Bakery Hill. This is wine I've been wanting to try. This is a screw cap wine, and wines with a screw cap tend to be a little more reductive when you open them up. They need a little more oxygen. So just a sip of this last night. Hopefully Tony doesn't finish it. Honey, don't drink it before I get home tonight. I want to taste that Bakery Hill and see how it is on the second day. Okay, well, what am I drinking tonight? This section of the show is going to be really short for the next couple days because we don't have any events planned. As I mentioned, I'm off. The kids are off for spring break starting today, so I may leave early even a couple days this week. I'm going to be off next week, so we'll be filming the shows for next week this week. And well, we have changed a few things on the calendar of events. You may want to check that out. The date of the Bourgogne tasting has changed, and we've added a few other things to the lineup in April. Looks like another incredible month of wine tastings in April for us. And what am I trying to sell you today? Well, one of our first events in April, actually the first event, we've got David Ramey, the all-star winemaker from California, coming in to do a dinner at the Grateful Palate, and we've had several really nice events at the Grateful Palate. Now, I think this one is going to be the biggest event yet. David is an all-star, as I mentioned before. He worked at Matanzas Creek, he worked at Chalk Hill, he worked for Dominus. He did a stint at Petrus when he first got started. So David really knows what he's doing, and I'm glad to see his success. He's brought his brand up from nothing in 1996 to a 60,000 case brand today. So congratulations, Dave. David, looking forward to see you at the Grateful Palate on April 5th. Check out the menu, and we've included a complete list of everything that's available from Ramey Vineyards. I talked to Cindy on the offering today. I talked to Cindy yesterday, and she mentioned there's already 20 reservations for this event. They can only do around 40 people. So if you want to break bread with the legend David Ramey, you may want to make your reservation soon. All right, well, that's all for today. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.